What is up, everyone, and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be revealing the very telling secrets that I have personally learned from rich people. My hope is that this video inspires you today to learn from others as well. Let's discuss in the comment section below, what secrets have you learned from rich people? They say that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and I think that there's definitely some truth to this, but I believe that this concept also applies to things that we read, things that we talk about, things that we think about and watch, things that we spend our time consuming and producing. Before we dive in today, take inventory of what your circles are talking about and how they are talking about it. Are your circles just complaining about work all the time? Are they griping about their spouse? Are they blaming everyone else for their hardships, like the government, their boss, or their family? Or are they talking about starting a business? Are they talking about embracing their health and fitness? Are they talking about the books that they're currently reading, their goals, expanding their influence? Seriously, Ethan and I have come away from conversations before and just kind of looked at each other and been like, ugh. We both knew it was just very draining and negative. And not draining like heavy or deep, but draining like just very unimaginative. No goals, no big dreams, just really willing to settle. And there's just something so incredibly draining about passive, unintentional living. On the other hand, we've also walked away from conversations feeling very inspired and invigorated, ready to step up our game, learn more, read more, be more intentional with each other and with other people as well. The rich people of this world make their start by being the people in that second category. A very practical first step for you is just to analyze what and who is currently influencing you. If you're really serious about leveling up, start there. Now that you know how to become and how to identify a rich person, let's get into their secrets. Number 1 is to stop wasting your life on social media. There's a book and it is called 10 Arguments for Deleting Your Social Media Accounts Right Now, and this book was written by Jaron Lanier. It's the very next book on my reading list, so I can't tell you if it's amazing yet or not, but here's the interesting thing. Jaron Lanier founded the very first company to ever sell virtual reality. What? This doesn't make any sense. Why would the father and inventor of VR write a book dedicated to helping people quit social media and get unplugged? When asked why people should quit social media, Jaron says, for the betterment of themselves and the betterment of society. Hear me on this, guys. The inventor of virtual reality has come to the conclusion that we are better off personally and collectively without social media. Even more interesting is that there's been a lot of research conducted on what types of people are on social media, and there is one group that is largely underrepresented on social media: CEOs. Over the last several years, over half of Fortune 500 company CEOs are not on social media. Now, I'm not saying that the goal is to become a Fortune 500 CEO, but I think that there is something to be said here about the life that is stolen while we just mindlessly scroll and consume. Since starting my business, I've definitely fallen into the trap of social media, and it's something I have to constantly check myself on. Am I using social media to just veg out and consume? Or am I using this time to produce? If you use social media strategically, it can definitely be a great tool to help you start new businesses and connect with people. But just like credit cards, you have to personally weigh for yourself if the risk is worth the reward. Number 2 is a secret that I learned from MJ Demarco, and his secret is to understand and recognize that there is a huge difference between professionally pursuing something that you love and your economic reality. He teaches, don't do what you love. Why? Work will ruin it. You'll lose motivation, and what you used to love will be wrecked, and it will turn into something that you despise or are indifferent about. Another huge side effect of this is that doing what you love is very me focused. In this video right here, I talk about being a consumer versus a producer in society. This is such an important key here because in order to make an impact on society, you have to look outside yourself. You have to look outside and see the needs of others. Instead, use your passion to solve problems and become a producer in society. Eventually, when you're not trading time for money anymore, you'll be able to do what you love while your passion and helping people helps fuel your lifestyle. MJ Demarco very wisely calls this the feedback loop. Instead of focusing on me, he says focus on what the market needs. How do you fit into the market and solve a problem? How do you add value? When you add value in society and you fill a need, people notice and they say thank you. And you get to see how you improve people's situations or how you change lives. And this feedback loop continuously fuels your passion. And hopefully you do love what you do, but do you see how that's not the driving force to begin with? I didn't know it when I started my business, but I'm actually a really great example of this. When I taught high school, I loved my students and I loved teaching world history, but at the end of the day, it really was a lot about myself. How can I get a steady, secure job? How can I do what I love? It wasn't until I started a business that I started to seek service first. How can I help people? How can I fill a need? How can I change people's lives? This led me to bookkeeping and then financial coaching and now creating a program for other aspiring financial coaches. And you know what my very first lesson in my Become a Coach program is? It's all about helping that coach find where they fit in the market. It's not me focused at all. It's 100% service and other people oriented. Secret number 3, I'm going to title Rich People Always Consider the Source When Taking Advice. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. For this secret, I'm going to go right to the man himself, Dave Ramsey. So Dave Ramsey's big secret, that's not really a secret because it's completely out in the open, but he just never talks about it, is that Dave Ramsey did not get wealthy by using the baby steps. I'm not faulting him. I'm definitely not mad at him. I've talked about in several of my other videos how I'm very, very thankful for Dave Ramsey, the work that he does, and he's definitely changed this country for the better. But I want to be clear here. He did not get wealthy from the baby steps. He got wealthy from building a business around the baby steps. Do you think that Dave Ramsey is investing 15% of his income into mutual funds like he teaches? Possibly, but that's definitely not all that he's doing. He has a ton of assets in things like real estate, brand deals, partnerships, and he has so many passive streams of income from his memberships, books, apps, YouTube channel. And again, I'm not saying that Dave is like this flat out liar. I'm not saying that the baby steps don't work to get out of debt. What I'm saying is consider the source. Look around you and really see who is practicing what they preach. The Ramsey Solutions brand is a huge reason why I took Dave Ramsey's course for financial coaches, Financial Coach Master Training, and I did a full review of the entire program here, and also why I don't recommend it. I wanted to learn how to build a business like that. I wanted to learn what Dave had learned, what mistakes he had made. I wanted to learn how to establish a brand, and none of that, 0 of that was in FCMT or Financial Coach Master Training. Unfortunately, Dave's Financial Coach Master Training is a huge flop, and that's a big reason why I created my own Become a Coach program for aspiring financial coaches. The real truth is that investing 15% of your income into mutual funds is most likely not going to be enough to retire on. It's just not going to bring you to financial independence. And Dave will be okay. He's not counting on his mutual funds. Instead, He built a business, he built an empire, and I'm not faulting him for it. I'm just telling you, consider the source. Rich people know that talk is cheap and actions will always speak louder than words. For my fourth secret, I'm turning to an entrepreneur and a leader that I really look up to and admire, and that is Marcus Lemonis. I don't really get starstruck, but I would absolutely love to meet Marcus Lemonis someday. He truly is just a modern American hero. There's literally so many lessons that I could talk about here and things that I've learned from Marcus Lemonis, but I've narrowed it down to his philosophy and what he talks about constantly, which is his 3 P's for business success. And for our purposes here, I would even say more generally, just the 3 P's for success. The 3 P's of success are people, process, and product. Marcus Lemonis lives his life caring about people. Period. He recently crossed the threshold of becoming a billionaire mogul that is primarily known for the way that he loves people. How amazing is that? Something that just gets under my skin is like the funny memes or people in real life that just constantly talk about how they don't like being around people. Like, people are dumb and stupid and they just want to like just get away from them forever. And I'm like, what a sad little life. If you think that people are worthless and you just want to move and get away and live out your days alone, consumed with yourself, you will never have the opportunity to truly live a rich life. Never. You will literally never have the opportunity to live a rich life. Marcus drives this home with every single thing that he does, and this is why he is so successful. He's hardworking, he's smart, and he loves people and just genuinely wants to bring out the very best in them. His other 2 ingredients and part of the 3 P's are process and product. After you put people first, you have got to get organized. You've got to be efficient and productive. This moves the needle and it gets you closer to your goals. Marcus Lemonis demands that his business owners know their numbers. This is important because relationships are the most vital part of the equation, but if we don't have the type A organized side of things too, we're not going to be successful. And a lot of times, it's kind of ironic, people are one or the other. They're either so relational and so interpersonal, or they're very analytical, they're very organized. But in order to be successful, we have to have both. And the last P is product. And I know I mentioned being a producer versus a consumer early on in this video, and we have got to remember to be producers and not just consumers. When we produce, when we contribute to society, doors are opened for us that would otherwise stay closed. I hope that these secrets that I've learned from rich people inspire you to learn from others as well. Let's discuss in the comment section below, what secrets have you learned from rich people? Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and sharing with friends. I'll see you in the next one.